Alexa, dismiss radio. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all know Monday mornings I be a hot mess. So I be feeling a hot mess. I'm just But I'm here with y'all. Whew. I had a weekend to remember. Work be kicking my butt. But anyway, I'm thank God to be alive this morning. And y'all should too. It's Monday morning. And the weather seems pretty good here. I know it's low 50s, high 77, something like that here in Charlotte. Oh, Jesus, I'm trying to get myself together, y'all. I am so tired and exhausted. But, it is what it is. Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to talk about my girlfriend from Maryland. When I was living in Maryland, I had a friend. Not when I first got there. When I first got there, I didn't really deal with too many people. However, you know what? I did it again, y'all. I didn't even introduce myself. Y'all see this Monday thing for me is hard, y'all. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. I gotta stop that. See, it's called the Monday Blues. I really gotta stop it, y'all. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. I want to talk about the things that I used to do in Maryland, and I want to talk about my friend April today. And with her being a businesswoman like myself, we connected. When we first met, it was strange how we met. We met through a mutual friend, and that mutual friend was sick, ill. God bless her soul. She passed away. She had a stroke, and from a lot of stress and heartache and just going through so much, she had a stroke, and she kept having them, and she was pretty young, y'all, but the person that I am and the person that April we connected because of the love we had for her, and there to help her. And she was even there to help us at times, So that's how me and my friend April from Maryland met. April's from Virginia. And, she has that Southern style within her, and it was appealing to me. I said, okay, I like her, and then she found her love and like for me. So that's how we connected. And at the time when we met, I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Egypt, and I was so big, oh my gosh. And she looked at me and she was like, oh, you look like you're about to have a baby. I said, well, I am any minute now. Because my stomach was so huge with Egypt. I don't know. They say sometime with your last children, or as you have more and more children, your belly gets bigger and bigger. But with Egypt, for some reason, I was extra big, Even when I was working at Frito, my boss came to me and he was like, I was 5 months pregnant, almost 6 months. And he came to me and he was like, oh my God, it's like you went home and woke up and now you got this huge belly. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm wobbling, through the job. And y'all know I was in route sales, so I had to work on the truck, in the stores, every day. I went to Baltimore every single day. So I was out there every day, and he did not like the fact that I had to climb on and off the truck. He didn't like the fact that I had to pick up boxes, and chips wasn't really that heavy, but that was him. That was his theory of it. He didn't even like to see me walk up the stairs. He was like, you go first just in case you fall, and I'm like, you gonna catch me? So he was real worried about me, especially being 38 pregnant and being so big, But anyway, so I was on disability. My boss put me on disability from 5.5 months all the way out until I had the baby, 6 weeks after I had the baby. Well, I wound up staying out longer. I wound up staying on disability for about almost 7 months. Okay. Reason being, because after I had Egypt, which was back in 2009, I caught pneumonia and almost passed away. Okay. I was like on my last leg. Death was like right there, and shout out to Hawthorne Memorial. They saved me. I would never, people always talked about the hospital, how bad the hospital was. I have nothing bad to say about the hospital because they saved the sister. You hear me? So I say that to say, I'm thankful. I don't know the nurse name that was there, but she was a little thing. I don't know. She still worked there. She was like about 4'11", but she saved me, and she told me, she said, "You're dying," and I just looked at her because I was so weak I couldn't do anything. She said, "But we're gonna try to bring you back," and they did, So I was like, wow. That was around the time H1N1 was out. They never diagnosed me with it. However, it was the same symptoms of COVID, and that's why I believe I did have H1N1, the disease. And I worry about a lot of these women that's pregnant now and about to have babies during this COVID time, because your immune system drops when you're going to have a baby, and I caught this particular whatever, and they, like I said, they diagnosed it as pneumonia at the end. And I went through a lot, people. It took me over a year to get myself back, and this is where April comes in at, and I just wanted to bring this to your attention. And shout out to April, because April is, I'm going to tell you a lot about her in a minute, but she's been through a lot with me, and we've built so much, and I'm so proud of her, and this is why I'm telling y'all about her. She's also in my book, That Boxer. Y'all can read that and, get some understanding of who April is out of there. But also, getting back to me being sick. When I got sick, and I had seen April. She seen me, after I had the baby and everything. And she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm so sick," And she was like, "Oh, okay, well, you need to rest because you just had a baby." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." So anyway, long story short, when I got out the hospital, I'm going back. When I got out the hospital, they had put me on prednisone. Okay. It's a steroid. Okay. And I was already like 180, almost 200 pounds from Egypt, the baby. Once I had the baby, my weight dropped, of course, because I lost all the water in the baby. However, this prednisone, oh my God, it's the devil. I think it's the devil. I try not to take it if I don't have to. Okay. And that's just me. Okay. That thing put so much weight on my body. It was unreal. When I looked up, I was weighing 240 pounds. Okay. Y'all know that I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'4". Okay. And just imagine 240 on me. Okay. I'll show some pictures with me in Egypt, near the boats, in Harford County. I was humongous. Okay. So now, they uncured me from this pneumonia, and it took a long time. I couldn't breathe, people. I had to have oxygen. I was walking around with an asthma pump. I was messed up. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. It was terrible. I was messed up. Now they put me on this prednisone. Now I got the jitteries. And like I said, I gained all this weight. So I go back to the doctor. And the doctor looks at my x-rays and he said, everything, all the mass that was on your lungs are gone, And I was like, is it? He said, yes. He said, so I'm going to diagnose you with pneumonia. Okay, because they still didn't give me a diagnosis the whole time after they saved me and everything. They never gave me a diagnosis. So then he said, I'm finally going to diagnose this. So he did the diagnosis as pneumonia. And he looked at me and he was like, I checked your blood pressure. Your blood pressure is awfully high. He said, but that's common in black women. Not for me. I've never had high blood pressure. So why do I have high blood pressure now? So he gave me these pills and said, take this once a day. So I called, my friends, and I have a couple of friends that's on high blood pressure medication. So I'm calling up all my friends from Buffalo. My mom, she was on high blood pressure medication. And all of them is like, well, just take the medication. You need it. You got high blood pressure. It is what it is. You got to take it. And I was like, no, don't y'all know I work a strenuous job and I cannot have high blood pressure working this job. Excuse me, my allergies are bothering me this morning, y'all. I'm going to take a pill while I'm talking to y'all. Anyway, I got to get this pill in or I'm going to be coughing. Y'all hear my nose early this morning. This is always. I've been like this all my life. It's terrible. Anyway, so I ran into April and I told her the situation. And she was like, oh, no, you can't claim that. And I'm like, you're right, I can't claim that. I'm not claiming this high blood pressure. It's not going to do this, And I was like, okay, God is sending me a sign that this is not going to happen, because I was afraid. I was afraid. High blood pressure, that's the number one killer for black people. You know what I mean? And with me having a strenuous job, and it's strenuous more mentally than anything. People thought that my job was more strenuous physically. It really wasn't. It was more strenuous mentally because you had to figure out how to get that money out there, in order to maximize your pay with Frito-Lay, and that's just what it was. You know what I mean? You can get your base pay, your base salary, and live off of that, but when you are able to see where you can maximize your pay, you got to use your mind. And that's what my job was based on, using my mind. So I was able to maximize my pay, and it would be stressful. So I didn't need high blood pressure on me to mess that up, So, long story short, because I only get a limited time, and I got to tell y'all other things. Long story short, April said, listen, this is what you're going to do. She said, now, just follow me on this. And I said, okay. She said, you're going to work out every day. Okay? You're going to work out every day, change your diet, And I'm like, my diet, I already eat like this because I got stomach problems. I already eat healthy, So she was like, okay. So that's not the problem. She said, all right, well, we're going to work out. Right? So I'm like, okay. So I really didn't believe her because how people say, they're going to do stuff with you and then they don't, Well, my girl, every day when she see me pull up from work, she'd give me about an hour and she'd come knocking on my door and she said, you ready? And I'd be like, ready for what? She's like, we got to go work out. I said, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, let me put some clothes on. So I put my little workout clothes on. And we used to go across the street in our clubhouse because we lived in Edgewood. And we would go in our clubhouse and get on the treadmill and all of the elliptical and all that stuff. And she did this every single day. Every day. She said, you won't claim this. And I always hear her saying that to me. That, you're not going to claim this. And I said, damn, God has sent this girl in my life for a reason. He told me I don't have to claim that. I don't have to be submissive to the doctors because they say I have high blood pressure. So we working out. And Then we took it to the streets. Okay, now we're going to the track, and we're going to the parks with the paths. You know, in Maryland, that's one thing about Maryland. They have a lot of parks with paths. They have it here too in North Carolina. I haven't been able to get out to go to them because I really don't have friends like that to go with me, you know. But they have a few of them here. But anyway, so we would go to the paths and we would walk, and then we start jogging. I went back to the doctor 60 days later, and the doctor was like amazed. He was like, "Oh my God." He said, "Your blood pressure dropped tremendously." And I said, "Yeah, well, my friend got me working out." And he said, "You lost so much weight." And I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I'm going to take you off of this pill." So I said, "Okay." And I was so happy. That was the happiest thing. I got on the phone. I called. I said, "April, guess what?" I said, "Girl, he took me off the high blood pressure medication. I'm back." She was like, "See, I told you. See, I told you." So I was like, "Yep." I said, "So we got to keep working out." So now it was me. Like, I got addicted, y'all. I was like working out all the time. And, you know, she would be with me sometime inside because I had got that drive to do it on my own. It was like, you know, she got me there. So now I could take it where I need to go. You know what I mean? And I would work out every day. Because I seen progress. Okay, so now I still ain't take my pill talking to y'all. My nose all stopped up. But anyway, getting back to where I was going with this. You know, sometimes we need to be that support for friends. You know, not only in negative situations and good situations as well. You know, everybody needs support. And, oh, Lord, now I don't have no water. All I got is Red Bull, and you're never supposed to take pills with nothing other than water. Okay, y'all, I don't want to leave y'all, so I'm going to be a bad girl today and take this pill with the Red Bull, and I'm not supposed to. You're always supposed to take medication with water. Oh, Egypt, please give me a water. I'm sorry. See, God saved me. Y'all see that? I was talking about not taking a pill without water. And here come Egypt running through the door.
No, I didn't.
Because I didn't want to leave y'all. You didn't mean to.
No.
Well, God sent you in here because he said I needed water. Thank you. Love you.
I can't even for something else.
Well, God knew I needed you. Thank you very much. Water, people. I need water. Thank you for...
Excuse me?
Lord Jesus, that child I'm burping and on live.
Isn't burping normal?
Yes, burping is normal, but we're on a live.
But it's normal.
Anyway, Egypt with her crazy self, y'all.
I'm not crazy.
Say good morning. Say good morning to the people since you want to interrupt the podcast.
Good afternoon.
Okay, y'all. I'm done with Egypt. Bye, Egypt. Anyway, you're taking up my time here.
Just point.
Why?
Cause just point where they are.
In there.
Okay, thanks.
What do you need that for?
Just thanks. Bye.
Anyway, getting back to
Good morning.
She's a mess, y'all. Getting back to me with this workout. So I used to work like 70 hours a week. You know, I was always like tired, but I always forced myself to get up and do things with the kids. And this is what me and April used to do a lot, you know, because she was an independent contractor. She was a CNA, and she would take care of the elderly, and I was into sales and marketing. And Alexa, turn the lights up. This is why the people can't see me. No, she turns it off.
Alexa,
really?
brighten up light to 100.
Okay.
Same thing.
Here's number counter.
No, Alexa.
Turn on light. Alexa, lights on.
She's being so disobedient today.
Alexa, brighten up light to 100. Okay. So where?
In the file cabinet.
Thanks.
Well, she was being so disobedient today. I guess she wanted to show out. She must know I'm on podcast. I don't know. You know, they all like to show out up in here. Anyway, even Alexa. So getting back to April, okay, she was independent contractor, you know, and she was a CNA. Now I was into home health care back in the day, and I have never known that you can be an independent contractor. I thought only nurses was able to do that, but she showed me some things, you know, in Maryland. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, so pretty much she was her own boss, you know, in the nursing field. And I was into sales, marketing, and route sales. And we tried to understand like each other's sides. I knew a little because I was into the home health field back in the day. However, I didn't know like the new way of things that the new things that they do today. And she was there to teach me, and I was there to teach her about sales and marketing. So we would, you know, have days out, you know, we would have so much fun shopping. We did a lot of shopping. I mean, that's one of the things that we did the most that I miss. We did a lot of shopping. We shopped for the kids. We shopped for the house. We just shopped. That's what we did. You know, we would take the kids out on ventures, you know, and we would plan these things on a regular basis. You know, sometimes if y'all see pictures like with Jair on horses, or you see us out doing like Halloween stuff, or just things, kid events. You know, this is what we did. We looked for kid events and we joined into the kid events. She had 4 kids, I had 4 kids, but only had 3 with me because one was older, of course. And we would hit the town with the kids, you know, and this is what we did. We did this on a regular basis. I would say maybe twice a month, sometime once a month, depending on our schedules or how bombarded we was with our businesses. You know, when I bought Egypt Snacks, April was in my life, you know, and she's seen me go through a lot of stress. She's seen me, when I bought the Snyder's route, I say Egypt Snacks. The name of the business was Egypt Snacks. I named it after my daughter, Egypt. And it was a franchise, pretty much, from Snyder Lance, okay, the pretzel Snyders, and Lance cookies, okay, you know, the Lance crackers and stuff. Well, that's what it was, you know, and I had bought this Snyder route, and that's what caused me to leave Frito-Lay, for those that don't know. Now I'm working for myself, okay, which was the worst thing ever with a route. Excuse me, to me, okay? It could work for you. I think I had got a bad route, but to me, it wasn't for me. This particular route that I had bought was in Harford County because I wanted to be in Harford County. I was in Baltimore every single day of my life for 6 years, okay? And I ran through Baltimore every day for 6 years. And I was tired of the commute. I was tired of just being on the highway every single day. I wanted it easy, you know. And it was easy. I would get up and my stores were straight up the street. You know, I was able to work late. I didn't come home at 10 o'clock at night sometime because, you know, I had to get some things done. And then I get on the highway and then the traffic was like backed up all the way to almost Washington. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that bad, you know, and I was thankful, you know. But the thing I didn't understand with buying that route was now I got to pay for the gas, the maintenance on the truck. I just had so much to pay for, okay, being a business owner, an independent contractor. I just didn't like it, you know, plus paying a bank loan, okay. I had to get a bank loan for $100,000, you know, to get this particular Snyder's route. And it was breaking me. And my girl, she seen it, you know, she seen it. She said, Jackie, you going down. And I said, I know. She said, I see you making the money, but you going down. And I said, I know. And, you know, when you don't have that much money coming in and you're spending money out of your savings in order to survive life with your business and your home setting, it can be very frustrating when it's just not enough money. Now, the first 8 months, no, I would say, about 8 months of being with the Snyder Lands franchise, it was pretty okay. Okay, I was bringing in pretty decent money, and then I was able to pay people a pretty decent salary. But once that 8 months went by and sales started going down, I was prepared financially because I did have money in the bank to still pay my people. However, there wasn't enough coming in to cover it. But I had money in the bank to cover it, so I was thankful for that. However, when I thought that the route was going to go back to normal, it didn't. I had a few stores that closed on me. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. Okay, they were closing down, so they didn't want product. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But she's seen me go down. Can you wait until I'm done with my podcast?
You just think you tell me what you're trying to do?
Ejab, she's asking for her working papers, and I don't know which job she's trying to get. Is this yours or Jair's? Look at the name.
You.
I don't need working papers. Give me. Let me see. Sorry, y'all.
Here, I'll do the
Here
podcast.
she go.
I'll do the podcast.
No, she can't. You can't. This is the name. Oh, this is change of business information.
So,
I'm sorry. We talking about April.
Oh, let's see about eating healthy. Yeah, so you should be drinking your water when you should drink water with your pill. Because it's good for your health, and you do not want to get sick by drinking it with anything else. I mean, it won't kill you, but it's bad for you, and you shouldn't do it. So, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, hey, don't do that. But, yeah, don't do that because it's really, really bad. And I think it's messing up your
You have
body.
to wait because I'm trying to tell them I can't.
Oh, I think I found it here. Here. You gotta get this.
This girl, she's looking for her working papers. I don't know. She's applying for another job to do something. I don't know. What is it? On Roblox? You applying for a job? Did somebody contact you about a job? Okay, well, I have to review that before I send off your working papers. Do not send them anything until I find out who they are.
Okay.
Ooh, that's the love of living here in North Carolina, y'all. You know, the kids can work in the entertainment business.
Yep, this is mine.
Okay, do not send it.
I won't.
I have to review it and
Well,
see.
no, it's not really someone sent me a job. I'm applying for a job.
Okay, but what kind of job is it? Tell me.
It's none of their business.
Okay, was it none of their business for you to come in here and harassing me about working papers?
It wasn't
But you did it, right?
It wasn't harassing.
Anyway, you just wait. I'll be in there shortly. She done took up my podcast. But anyway, my girl April saw where the business was taking me down financially because, you know, she was saying, come on, girl, let's go shopping and buy some plants. Let's go buy this. Let's take the kids. And I'm like, oh, girl, no, I don't want to spend no money because I got to pay these people at the end of the week. And I got to do this and I got to do that. I just can't. And she's like, huh? She wasn't used to that, you know. So now I get into the nonprofit. No, my other businesses. I said, okay, I got to build another business. I need some income from somewhere else. And this is how business is done, y'all. You know, you wind up opening up more businesses to help save the other business. However, I decided to go into the music industry. You know, I don't know how that came about. But I know how it came about through my son. But I decided to go in myself, you know, to help him bring in revenue to help mommy, you know. However, mommy started bringing in revenue herself, you know. So I was dependent on him, but I started doing it for myself. And when my son saw that, he said, mommy, well, don't stop. You know, you keep going. And I said, you're right. Anything that make money, you keep doing it, you know. But anyway, so my girl April stood by me throughout all of this. And I kept telling her, come on to the sales side of business, And she was so afraid, even though most businesses are sales, even though we're in different fields, because even with the healthcare, she will have to sell herself. If she had opened up, a building, she would have to sell herself in order to get the business in. But anyway, getting back to me and April being Black business owners in Harford County, we went through a lot of challenges. They always saw us downtown at the the business office because we need to go down there and get this registration and get that registration. And it was always something, where you at? Oh, I'm down at the office. Oh, okay. We know exactly what we mean. Certain things we say, all right, I'll call you back, and this is how it was for us, and it's still like that for us, and I'm so proud of her because she has stepped on the sales side of things and she sees my point of view in business, and she is very successful right now with her business. She has this business, and I'm going to actually put it on my podcast because I didn't get it this morning. Her website, she sells masks, and they're not just any old type of mask. They are designer masks, okay? And people are like, snatching them up, and she is a wholesaler. She was doing a retail thing, but now she's going into the wholesale type of thing, and that is my type of business, and I'm loving it watching my friend go up the ladder with this. I'm so happy, and even though it comes with stress as well, but now I can physically talk to her. She can see what I see through the eyes of me. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes when you talk to your friends and you're talking to them and they try to understand, but they don't understand because they're not living it. And I get that a lot. People looking at me like, what is she talking about? Of course you don't know what I'm talking about because you're not in the same type of business I'm in. So, you would never understand. But now that she is physically in that type of business, she understands all the lingo, all the things that people do, why you have to pull back from certain things, why you have to just stay in your rim of type of people because they'll never understand you. It's like you're talking gibberish to a person that's not in your field, Even though we try to teach, but until you you understand it and learn it and build, you would never understand some of the things that we speak upon. That's how real business owners that's really dedicated to what they do, and I had to give this dedication to her because she is definitely on the other side, and I love it. I love it. I love it. She's actually pulling me thinking about moving back home because this is what I needed in my life. I needed someone that was going to be dedicated in their business to understand what I'm going through in my businesses, because if the everyday person doesn't understand, they will look down on you, being an entrepreneur, because some people, they theory is work. But if I'm an entrepreneur and I can make $20,000 in a month or more doing this, why would I want to work for someone? Okay, do the math. I'm only making $2,000 or $3,000 a month dealing with this person, but I'm gonna make $20,000 doing it, being an entrepreneur. So people don't get it. They just don't get it. It's not built for everybody. So God has evolved my girl, and I am so proud of her. I will be putting her website on my podcast, Spreaker podcast link, and I will be sharing that. So if y'all want to check April out, y'all check her out. She's doing wonderful things, and like I said, I'm so proud of her. She's a very good person, love her children, and that's why she works hard every day, because she works hard for her family, and the same with me, and that's why we connected, because we were family people. We loved our kids, we love our family, and we work hard to keep them happy, pretty much, and that's what family and life is all about, Y'all see us on the picture, and we looked a hot mess that day. And that's the thing. We used to run around Harford County looking a hot mess sometime. But you know what? We had a pocket full of money. Couldn't nobody tell us nothing. Because we was going up in the store and we was going to buy whatever we wanted. You understand what I'm saying? So it didn't matter how we looked. When it was time to get dressed and put them clothes on, put that makeup on, we can do that too. But when we stepped through the streets, when we had the kids or going shopping, this is what we did, you know what I mean? And like I'm going to say, the picture that we took that particular day, we just jumped up, let's take the kids to the movies, and that's just how we do, you got to give the kids love. You got to give them that time. You got to give them the family vacations. People didn't understand, why you always taking vacation? A lot of people's hating me for these things that I'm telling y'all about, you know what I mean? And why? Because my family deserve it. After I worked hard for the last 3, 4, 5 months and ignored them and neglected them, okay, they deserve a reward. And that would be me taking them on vacation, and we would have a good old time, because I did have to neglect them a lot. I wasn't able to get up and cook like I was supposed to. I would have to order out, and I mean, my kids got used to it. They'll come, I'll be so tired, I can't even lift my head off the pillow. Ma, what we ordering tonight? That's what they would come and say. I don't know. Order whatever y'all want. Here's my card, And this is how they lived. And they were used to it. They got used to it, But I was never home because I was always working, And, my son, he did show me some backlash. My oldest son, he showed me some backlash on it, And I had to understand where he was coming from. And we built our bond based on the how can I say, when he opened up to me, and I learned where, mommy, you work so much, you don't even know me for real, because I didn't even know my son wanted to be a rapper. That's Nay Heights I'm talking about, Dejour. I didn't even know he wanted to be a rapper. But when he told me, I was like confused. Like, huh? What? Boy? So I said, well, if you're going in, son, I'm going in too. Okay, I'm not letting you go in by yourself. Okay, not this day and age, the way things are, and but all music is sales, and that was my field anyway. So I took the chance, okay, to rock this out with my son. And we're doing pretty well, it could be better. And I'm meeting new people every day that's going to take me to different levels, However, this is who I am. I'm a businesswoman. I've been a businesswoman for many, many, many years, and I love having people around me that can speak the same lingo and understand what I'm talking about, and April was the closest one. I don't have no other friends, that are true businesswomen, okay? Black, they always have some nonsense going on. They don't understand the real of business. Meaning you could be up today and tomorrow you can be down. And that don't mean that your business is folding. That don't mean that you're dying in the business. It just means that for right now, sales are low. But when you're in business, you understand these terms. And we help each other. There's a lot of people that's in business and don't even understand that. And then they wonder why. And then they want to go through all these channels of acting out to get sales. And it doesn't work that way. If you want to have longevity in sales, in selling yourself. Okay. Granted, April is like one of the best out of my friends in business. I have another friend in Maryland. She was really good too, but she went through a lot. I've seen her fall. I've seen her come back up, and she should have did things a little bit different, but it's not for me to, tell her how she should run her business. And that's the thing. However, people learn. This is the process. You learn, you fall, you get back up. You learn, you fall, you get back up. And this is the way business works. Okay. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean that you're insane because you keep investing in more and more businesses. And see, this is the thing. When you create business, you're not sitting in your house saying, okay, I'm going to make this name. I'm going to do this. All this stuff has to be documented by the government. And if it's not documented by the government, it's not a business, people. Okay? I don't give a damn what Google tells you. Okay? Because you popping. If it's not documented by the government, it's not a business. Okay? You're not a business owner. Okay? And that's just the bottom line. You're not recognized by America Business Society. Okay? That's number one. Number two, you have to pay taxes. Okay? Just like me. I'm still in debt with taxes. Okay? From the last business. Okay? And I ain't talking about the new ones, because we ain't get there yet. The last businesses, I'm still paying taxes on. Okay? So these are the things that y'all have to be ready for in business and be ready to accept it. Okay? It's just, you don't have to fall over and die because the government want their money. It's a way of life. This is the way it works. You get money, you pay taxes. Okay? They tell you that from the beginning, or you file your taxes. Even with my nonprofit, even though I don't profit off of it, guess what? I got to put in paperwork every year for my nonprofit. Okay? Every year. I get online, do the little paperwork. They ask me how much do I need to file. For the smaller nonprofits, you file one paper. For the bigger nonprofits, you file a bigger paper to let them know what assets the nonprofit hold. They need to know. It's just following the rules. So you won't go to jail later. And these are the things that we do. Matter of fact, I got some business I need to handle with Maryland. I haven't had the time. They say I haven't been filing taxes. Y'all lie. I file every year. So these are the things that, you come up with, on a daily basis. I could wake up and say I'm going to do one thing. And because something comes up with my business, I'm doing something else. So these are the things that you have to look forward to owning a business. So you got to be ready to own a business. You got to say to yourself, is this something I really want to do? It's not for everybody, because you got to take time out of your life. You like I said, you neglect your children. Sometimes, they be asking me, hold on. I gotta do this. Or I'm on this call, These are the things that we go through. But then we take our time out, and give that back to our families. And that's with vacations, family gatherings, doing big things, people, a lot of people has been jealous of me all my life. And they thinking that like I be showing off or whatever the case may be because I took my family on a vacation. My family deserved that vacation because they was without me for months or, even a half of a year. You know what I mean? So they deserve that time with me. You don't know what they've been through while I was slaving to build my business. Okay? Taking my mind and body out of my home to create this business for my family. So this is why I'm making, I'm not making it because of this. It's just that it came up in the midst. I'm not making this podcast because of it. I just wanted to show y'all what being in business is about and being around the people that's like you in order for you to evolve, and That's what I see with my friend, and she is doing her thing, and I'm so proud of her, you know. And that's the thing, when you get the love from the people that's already been successful in business, it becomes, it makes you feel really good. You know what I mean? So that's why you want to hang around and be around people that's in the same thing that you're into. You cannot be with regular people, normal people, because